Welcome to this lesson that will allow you to start pulling everything together that you've learned in this course. To get started on forming some new mindful habits. And we're going to use everything that you've learned in all of the previous lessons about mindfulness, the practices, the methods. We're going to use all of that to practice balancing your emotional and mental bank account for 24 hours. So the idea of an emotional and mental bank account comes from Stephen Covey. He wrote this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in this book, he notes that the deposits that you can make to this imaginary account are kindness, courtesy, keeping your promises, honoring expectations, loyalty to the absent, and making apologies. Withdrawals are unkindness, breaking promises, violating expectations, duplicity, pride and arrogance, and placing blame. So using the basis of this, but replacing Covey's deposits and withdrawals with some mindfulness deposits and withdrawals works like this. Some of the mindfulness withdrawals we've talked about in this course that deplete your account are high social media usage, experiencing a stressful event or many stressful events in your day, the cascading of a negative event or mistake, frequent task switching, checking your email while you're trying to focus, self-judgment or criticism, taking fake breaks, which is going onto social media instead of taking a real break, having your phone visible while you're trying to focus and work, having audible notifications on your devices that distract you, being in exploitatory habitual mind instead of exploratory mind, multitasking, worrying about the future or ruminating about the past. And some of the mindfulness deposits that we've talked about in this course are breathing, focusing on experiencing a richly textured moment, a 5-minute favor, which is all about generosity to someone else's need, being fully present in the now, taking a mindful 1-minute stretching break, taking a real break, such as drinking coffee or talking with a co-worker with something other than work, noted, and taking a walk maybe, versus a fake break, which is just going onto social media and starting to scroll, doing a posture check-in, using the mindful problem-solving technique to engage your intuition, focus on active listening while you are with people, doing a short nature walk, putting yourself on flight mode, which is disengaging from your devices and technology for a bit, engaging exploratory mind by driving a different route or eating a new food, monotasking instead of multitasking, scheduling focus time in 90-minute time blocks, purposeful procrastination by doing something else for 5 minutes before starting a complex task needing creativity, using a time tool to monitor your time use or social media use, only checking your emails twice a day and not during your golden productive focus time, and turning off notifications. So use this worksheet, which you'll find in the resources of this lesson, to balance your mental and emotional bank account today. First, you're going to note all of your unmindful withdrawals on the left side of the first page. And then you're going to add intentional mindful deposits for every withdrawal that you made. But choose at least 5 of these practices and then tick them off on the right side of the first page. But then also fill in the details of the practices that you chose on the second page of the worksheet, which looks like this. Each of the blocks on the second page has space for you to fill in what practice you chose, the duration of the practice, how long you spent doing it, how much time did you spend doing this practice, and it also asks you how you felt before you started and how you felt after you finished this practice. And this is a great way for you to start adding mindful practices to your daily habits and to become mindful of what effect these practices has on your general feeling of well-being. And then the third page is an opportunity for you to reflect on all that you've learned during this course. For instance, what your new favorite mindfulness practice is, what your biggest challenge is in living a more mindful life, and also what your intentions are going forward. Please do share some of these realizations with us and with your fellow students under the Q&A tab. We'd love to hear what progress you've made, what new habits you've established, and how this course has helped you to become more mindful in your work and in general life.